Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We're going to recap 3 stories from Sunday, December 15th. Here's the first story, and we'll be back to discuss.
We spoke to the family of Drianna Booker tonight, who tell us that they're trying to rely on their faith to get through this tragedy. The 33-year-old woman was allegedly stabbed to death in a home here in Elgin by her husband just weeks before their divorce was set to be finalized.
She meant a lot. She was a real inspiration person.
The family of Drianna Booker is still trying to comprehend the loss of their loved one tonight. Police say Booker was stabbed to death on December 7th in a home on Bluff City Boulevard in Elgin. The man accused of the murder is 36-year-old Pierre French, who the family says was Booker's husband. Their divorce was set to be finalized in January.
We want justice for my baby, you know. Everything gonna be, we putting it in God's hands as well. And Lord have mercy.
Court records show Booker also had an emergency order of protection filed against French back in July. Now the couple's 6 children, ranging from 1 to 14 years old, are left without both of their parents.
Her kids meant the world to her. Nobody could take her kids away from her, and we gonna forever have her kids every day.
The family now rallying together as they say Booker will always be remembered for the love she showed to those around her.
She meant the world, because she the one that inspired me to start all my braids and do my own hair. And she always reminded me you're so pretty.
We got God in our life.
Yeah.
And they my strength and I'm their strength.
So French now faces first-degree murder charges, and he is due back in court on Wednesday.
This is absolutely heartbreaking. We are sending our condolences, love, energy, and light to the family or friends of this beautiful young woman. And let's pay attention. Everyone is talking about, but believe all women, don't believe all women. How about let's show compassion case by case and pay attention. On to the next story.
The victim's mother says this was a case of self-defense. She says the off-duty police officer was shielding her son from gunfire after he was already shot by someone he doesn't know.
I imagine it could have been much worse because this person was out to just kill him.
These bullet holes and shattered glass detail the violence that unfolded early Saturday morning, seconds after Angela Blake's 26-year-old son was dropped off at his home in South Austin.
He noticed a car looking suspicious, and he was watching, and the car stopped, and somebody got out in all black and started walking toward him and just started shooting.
That's when Blake says her other child, a CCL holder, and her son's best friend, who was an off-duty Chicago police officer, ran to the victim, shielding him from the suspect, and returned fire.
And they kept shooting, they shot up the truck, and it just went from there.
Police say the suspect got away. The group then drove the victim to a nearby hospital with serious injuries. And after hours of trying to seek answers, Blake finally was able to see her son.
A sense of joy hit me to just see him and get him a hug.
Police say the off-duty officer has since been relieved of his police powers, while the Civilian Office of Police Accountability investigates.
Yeah, his job is to serve and protect. He gave an oath for that.
A decision Blake tells me the officer doesn't deserve.
I thank him, and I try to do what I can do to make sure that they keep him on the force. He did what he did as an officer. He should be rewarded, not unrewarded.
Now, we did speak with the victim off camera, who is out of the hospital preparing for an upcoming surgery. His family says he has more than a year of recovery ahead. Police say at this time, no one is in custody.
Well, I'm certainly glad that no one was hurt in this incident, and let's keep an eye out and see if that officer is restored to duties. It sounded like, even though he was off duty, he acted to save someone's life. So let's keep an eye on that. Lastly, to lighten things up, we had a story out of court.
You ludicrous?
Oh, what?
You look like ludicrous.
I wish. I wouldn't be here. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, sure. Ludacris from Atlanta.
Really?
I think.
I think so. You know, you might be right.
What do you guys think? Was it ludicrous? Let's see.
Rapper Ludacris was nearly called out while trying to stay incognito at jury duty this week. Dressed in a hoodie, sunglasses, and a face mask, he posted a video about how he was dismissed. He laughed that no one knew who he was until a woman walking by noticed.
You ludicrous.
Oh, what?
You look like ludicrous.
I wish. I wouldn't be here. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, sure. Ludacris from Atlanta.
Really?
I think.
I think so. You know, you might be right.
Mark and I, we're debating on this. So
Samantha's like, how could she even know? And I'm saying she's recognizing him by his voice. Like,
right, but
he has a distinctive voice.
Is she following him? Like, at what point did she hear him?
Did she just get dismissed from jury duty too?
He has a mask on, so like his voice is a little muffled.
But he's talking to his phone. Like,
come on now, Ludacris has a very distinctive voice, but let's hear it again. Please comment below.
You ludicrous.
Oh, what?
You look like ludicrous.
I wish. I wouldn't be here. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, sure. Ludacris from Atlanta.
Really?
I think.
I think so. You know, you might be right.
That was so nice. And those are our 3 storylines for this Sunday. Look out for our live, just open forum, healing circle. And until next time, sending love and light.
I have never struggled.
Never struggled?
No. I've never complained. You never complain, never explain.
Helen?
When I lived in New York, if I wasn't working in show business, I got me a job doing something else.
So you just kept the living?
I worked. I had to work because wasn't nobody taking care of me but me. My husband was dead. I didn't have no way. But I knew how to make a living.
Right.
I worked in Western Union. I worked in the post office. I worked at the Manhattan Mesa where I served dinner parties. I run a hotel work. I run elevators. You know, I've always
So
worked.
Helen had a tough time and a good time in her life. I mean, you kept pushing
I've always
out there.
Worked.
That's a secret then.
I guess so. But see, a lot of them don't want to work. They just want to be in show and get boom, get in there, and that's it, you know.